Well, happy Wednesday as the market's kind of tanking today. So I thought I'd just jump on here and kind of unbox what is really involved with the Quad AI trading system. So really, if you just kind of cut through the main thing, it all starts with the core GAN lines, right? So the cool thing about this indicator, it will plot pretty much any time frame you want, but I pretty much quoted it where you can go daily, 4 hour, you can do even hourly, even 15 minutes. But really, when you're looking for A plus trades, where the pro traders are, you got to stay either in the 4 hour, and I can show you how these 4 hours are. So this is the 4 hour, so you can just see how price reacts to these amazing GAN levels. And really the A plus trade. So these are like I consider B plus because 4 hours is a good time frame, as you can see where price just respects really. I mean, as you can just see how these trades are really good from. Basically the system is GAN to GAN. Enter GAN 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 GAN. You can see how many GANs you would have achieved today. I mean, they just kept going down, and then the most powerful one is the daily, as I kind of mentioned before. So that's literally the core of everything we do is sitting at the daily. And if when you look back on the charts, you'll just see how the daily offers the most. I'm not sure the market will get down to 16 or not, but we don't predict here. We look at levels and we trade levels. So that's the core. That's the core aspect of what we do. Um, I'll turn off the volume for a minute. So it's going to go down, and we do have the HA dots. So Heikinashi, so it does will help you see where the real price is when it closes and opens. Not essential, but it can help you, right? If you're trading on Heikinashi. And then what we have here is this NQAI delta, and it just presents a couple of things. Mainly, when you're at a GAN level, like this daily right here, if you're sometimes you don't want to be too aggressive, right? Because you never know where it's going to stop. You can't predict. But the core strategy is using price action. So you just this morning is like a perfect setup. It dips down, and you can see price pressing against the daily GAN line. But then like we get these I call them I guess selling pressure nodes. So this gives you a level. So if you didn't want to be aggressive, you could wait for further confirmation and set the thresholds to what you like. There's a lot of different thresholds, but I usually like a 1.3 or 1.1 when you're in the indicator. So in this indicator has lots of cool thresholds, but so you can see I like 1.1 because that will give you a decent amount, but not too many. And so then you can see how when you enter on the threshold, you're basically going to trail it down. A couple options. You can trail it down till you see another node for like a buying one, or in this case, it really worked out for you to go GAN to GAN and then just get out at this daily GAN. And then you can see this indicator also prints divergence. So I'd say it's like the fourth thing or even fifth thing that I worked to look at, but you can see how you could scalp up from this daily based on this divergence here. So it's pretty cool. And then even if there's double bounce here, you could take this daily trade and scalp up. Again, you're going in counter trend trading, so how much are you going to get out of the market? That's the part. So then you can apply other GAN levels, and you can see how this really worked out well, because likely there was like an hour or 4 hour GAN line right here, and you can see this trade setup just printed for you. Look at all this selling. So you can just enter and go from GAN to this daily GAN, and then you can see even here it broke through. So as it broke through this daily GAN, you can enter here, and as you can see, you can scalp until you see another node. So likely you're getting in. You're not going to get all of it, right? But you're going to get in here, and if you're kind of going by this, you're going to get out here. So that's a nice little chunk there. And again, you could use other GAN lines here if you wanted to go long here. I mean, again, I wouldn't recommend counter trend trading because you actually don't get a volume node till here, but you are getting a lot of divergence. But you can see how here is great. You're gonna get probably, I'll show later, but you'll have a GAN line here, and look at the selling pressure down here. And you can just scalp down on a nice trend day like this. So recognizing it's a trend day, you're just looking for the retracements back. So when we get back to, we have another part of this. This is called the lead GAN balanced. And it just provides buy and sell signals that are all weighted. And it's all customizable. So when you click in balanced, you just click on the gearbox, right? And you can just adjust the thresholds. And if you up these a little bit, you'll see the thresholds change. So you can modify it to whatever risk and kind of how aggressive you want to be with them. You can see how these turn into 100%, 82%, or less than, just depending on what you want to do. So the higher this threshold, you can see the less signals you'll get, but the more high quality. So it's kind of a cool little buy and sell indicator that you can use with the GAN levels. Again, it's all designed to, as you can see this, if you waited for the sell, the node printed before, and then the sell is here. So, a real aggressive trader might be entering here, recognizing that the price is pushing down, coming against a daily. Confirmation trader might be waiting for a node, so they'll be selling here. And if you're a signal trader, then you're waiting all the way down here to enter. All work. It's just a matter of what you want to do, right? You can see that. So then as we go down, we have this thing called the GAN Advanced Trading Compass, which plots the half hour. Number one, overnight it will plot these really cool. You see these numbers right here, this dotted green line. This is an AI GAN line, basically, that analyzes price action. So it just gives you another level. This right here, this red and green, is the first half hour of the trading action, so it gives you that range of movement. So again, and then we have this awesome VWAP, which is the blue line. So when you combine it together, it's a really cool tool. So you can use it in a lot of different ways. So as the market's coming down, you can see how it's going through the VWAP. You can enter short of the VWAP. As it's coming back up here, again, you can short the VWAP again. And you can notice how that's even short at the lower of the range. It's just low, and then you can see how this red line kind of helps you either take profit, and then it helps you actually re-enter the market again. So the compass gives you just some more levels beyond, because even our daily, it's nice to have other pieces of the puzzle to help you. And then we have, like I mentioned, you can add another GAN line. So like a lot of times, this is the 4-hour one. So ideally, again, you're looking at the daily, right? Like I mentioned. So you have the daily, but again, if you miss this daily level, then you can actually enter on the retracement to here, or you could take the breakout here if you wanted to with a node. Even the breakout here was pretty good. But again, those are all just other ways you can enter, and you can see how it bounces off the day, like I mentioned, and then it goes through. So that's just a lot of different ways you can use the GAN lines. We also have, I'll get rid of these drawings here. So then we also have the Northern Lights, and it's just momentum, right? So it's pretty much going to go with the signals, but either case, let's say you have the signals turned off, you could use the node and the background, so you could actually, in theory, just trade with the background, and it would help you avoid some false signals here. But since it turns blue here, you could scalp up a little bit, scalp down. So it just kind of gives you kind of a cool imagery as far as just making sure you're on the right side of the trade. We do have this Quantum Zone 6, which is really more of a trade manager, and really it works best when you're on like a 5-second chart, because what it's going to do is it's going to plot. You see how this, it would have had you enter here on the short, and you can see how it's going to, this box is going to trail it down. So if we go even to a 1 second, you'll see the boxes separate, and then so you can see how this blue line, so when this blue box is trailing down, it's kind of like your trade manager. So it helps you get in, and then you can see how it's starting to change. So this is, you might want to get out now. So it's kind of a cool tool as it's flipping, and you can see now In theory, what you could do, I'm not telling people to go along this, but it kind of shows you how it works. It tells you to kind of go along here, and the boxes will start to separate, and it'll manage this trade. Now, I wouldn't expect this to go anywhere because it's such a negative today. So that's where you'd pick your GAN level and not necessarily use. You can see how it actually had you go south, which is kind of cool actually. So you can see how it's trailing. You will trail this down as it goes. But we're in a choppy part of the day. But it's a really cool trade manager to help you exit and manage your trades when you're entering at the best times at the GAN levels, not just randomly like I just did there, just showing you how it works. And then finally we have this really cool volume indicator. So as you can see, it has some really good volume bars. It can be a little late, but it still gives you confirmation that you're on the right side. But look at this, is really cool. And you can change the settings to give you a little bit more information that it's giving here. I know earlier in the day it was really good on. Let's go back to. Oh yeah, we're on the 1 second. No wonder. It's like that seemed a little bit odd to me. Let me get rid of this thing. So yeah, you go back. I mean, look at the volume bars starting to print to help you when you're at these GAN levels. So everything is based on making good decisions at these GAN levels. So I turn off the 4 hour, and you can see when it's pressing against this daily GAN. Look at this confirmation. You're getting the volume nodes all red. So I mean, minus that one little bluish bar. I mean, what a great. So it gives you a really full system on how to trade. So we do Discord live, and we also do YouTube videos. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a breakdown of how we use these indicators right here. We also are coming out with a really cool, I guess I'd call it A plus strategy, and like more A plus indicator. So basically, it's going to take the best trades. It's going to offer you the best setups, the A plus setups, right? As you can see today, it just killed. I mean, yesterday it killed too. Just awesome, because I mean, nothing's perfect. You can see it open here. You still could have scalped out a little bit, but let's say you even lost there. You won here, you won all this, and look at this. At the end of the day, just destroyed. And this is all pre-market, but overall it did pretty well, getting you into some good trades. And then of course today it just destroyed, absolutely destroyed the market. So that's going to be available to members too. This is brand new, so this isn't available yet. But anyway, just want to kind of unbox again the system, the Quad AI threat system, and I hope that helps members understand how to use this. And yep, I'm available via email, jatwinningtrades@gmail.com, or join in the Discord. Always available to answer questions. So yeah, thanks for your time, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.